organization in the States. Congratulations first to my dear friend, the President of the Federation, Georgia. You have done an outstanding job, along with your co-chairs, Harry and John. Pragmati, you did a marvelous job. It's not easy to organize a parade, but just imagine where we are today and where we started from. As Mike said, I represent, and it's a great honor, but at the same time a huge responsibility, to be representing the greatest and oldest Greek American organization, founded in 1922 in Atlanta, Georgia. At the time when our community was marginalized, oppressed, harassed, intimidated, and discriminated against. But here we are today, my friends, 102 years later, after our church was organized and after AHEPA was organized, the two pillars of our community. And we find ourselves to be marching and celebrating the Declaration of Independence, not the independence, the Declaration of Independence, because unfortunately independence took a few years to materialize, and the modern state of Greece, it took 100 years to be where it is today. But here we are as a community, marching down Ben Franklin Parkway, and next week marching down Fifth Avenue. That is a testament to the standing of our community and how far we have come. And we should be very proud of the accomplishments of our community as we celebrate the 203rd anniversary of the Declarations of Independence. But my friends, we cannot, and we should not forget that the big part of Hellenism is still under occupation by the same oppressors, by the same characters that oppressed Greece for 400 years. And let me say that the relations between Greece and Turkey will never be normalized as long as Turkey continues to occupy Cyprus. Don't think because they stopped violating the airspace that they have changed their strategic plans. They challenge and they continue to do it every day, challenging the sovereignty of the Greek islands, of the Aegean, and they talk about the blue, what they call it, the Galatia Patrida. So don't be fooled. Be on the alert, and we need to continue our fight here in the United States because we can make a difference. I'm not suggesting we can change the foreign policy of the United States, but as long as we are involved, as long as we continue to educate our elected officials, as long as we continue to be a thorn on their sides, and as long as we continue to voice our opinions, they will listen to us. This year marks the 50th anniversary of a brutal and barbaric invasion of Cyprus by Turkey. It is very fashionable to talk about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Very fashionable. But we forget that the Russians are using the script used by Turkey in 1974. The pretext is exactly the same. So we have an obligation to make that comparison and remind our elected officials. And AHEPA is on the forefront of the fight. Along with PSEGA and its great president, my good friend Philip Christopher, we are endeavored to introduce resolutions in every state of the Union, condemning the Turkish invasion of 1974. We're already in contact with many representatives in many states, and I will encourage you to be part of this effort. We have no time to waste. At a time when Hellenism and Orthodoxy are being attacked on many different fronts, you know, the Hellenes of diaspora measure up. The Greek Revolution didn't start with the Greeks within. the Greek Revolution started with 3 wise men who founded the Φιλική Εταιρεία in Odessa, Ukraine. And I often compare AHEPA as the modern Φιλική Εταιρεία because we are everywhere. We are in every corner of the United States. We are in Europe, we are in Australia, we are in Canada, we are in Greece and Cyprus, and we have a role to play. And Madam Ambassador, I want you to know that you can always depend on this great organization, an organization that has been the voice of the community and a bridge with motherland Greece and Cyprus. And it is an organization, and I want you to take note of it, that never expects anything from Greece. We only give, we never ask anything in return. And we do it from the bottom of our hearts because we love Greece and Cyprus, and we will continue to do it. So it is my distinct honor and privilege to join my voice with yours to celebrate and congratulate 2 exemplary individuals, 2 people that I have worked with and know for many years. The commander of our order, the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle, Anthony Liberakis, who has been doing an extraordinary job defending our faith here in the United States. And we should never forget that our patriarchate is basically hostage. And if you go there, you will realize what I'm telling you. And our Grand Marshal for tomorrow, someone who has made his name synonymous with Cyprus, someone who has made his name synonymous with fighting for our national issues, because the national issues are too many. We're talking about Northern Epirus. We're talking about the threats by Turkey on a daily basis. And of course, we're talking about the occupation of Cyprus. Philip Christopher, a mentor, a friend, and one of the most dedicated individuals that I have met in my life. He didn't spare any time or money, and I can tell you, he sacrificed a fortune, fighting for what is dear to his heart, and he continues the fight. And I want you to know that όλοι μαζί μπορούμε. When the Greeks are united, we are unstoppable, but we have that DNA of division at times. 2 years after the revolution was declared, we were in a civil war. We almost lost everything. And we had other catastrophes, from 1922 to the civil war in the 40s, and of course, the modern day catastrophe of Cyprus in 1974. All because we were divided. So as we come together, and as we celebrate something that is so noble, the freedom of our motherland, we shall always remember and learn from our past. Because if we don't learn from our past, we are destined and we are condemned to live it again. So, congratulations, Anthony, my friend. Philip is an Azigandas. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for inviting us. And AHEPA is here to continue the fight, defending Hellenism, promoting education, philanthropy, and the most important of all, civic responsibility. Get engaged. Get engaged. That's the only way to make a difference. If we choose to sit on the bleachers, curse, scream, and yell, we cannot make a difference. If you are in the game, that's the only chance we have. I thank you all very much. Ελεύθερη Κύπρος, ζήτω ο ελληνισμός. Ζήτω!